Hi everybody, here's your free video guide, expert division for the Santa Ventura 9-hole cup here on the channel. This is the tournament wins of the qualifying round. A thumb up would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and if you want to do me a favour, please share this video with your friends and clanmates in the game for anyone who might need some tips in expert. Got a good number of drops here and some tweaks and suggestions for anything that I didn't quite drop. Remember to take a token. You don't have to play the shots I'm doing, but please do consider them and make some tweaks to them according to your clubs, balls and play style. Best of luck. Don't forget to join us on Saturday for the final round. Here we go. This is not the easiest of wind angles here. We're going to add spin first. 3 top spin and 3 right spin. APOC 5 and above is going to set up at the top of +6. And we're having the ball guide pointing at that little red sign in the distance. So just follow the ball guide through the kind of top left corner of the fairway. That's what you want to be aiming for. APOC 5 and 6, you've got the bottom of the yellow ring touching the rough. Adjust max +10. Now this is going to take us into overpower even with APOC 5 and above. So make sure your camera there, like me, or even if you can get a better view than that, make sure you're looking at how many rings you adjust into. For me, I'm adjusting 1 ring into overpower. I'm then adding on another 2 rings. You do not want to be short here because otherwise you will land in the rough directly. So I'm playing with 3 rings of overpower. No curl, but try and hit perfect. Obviously a higher power ball will most certainly help you here. You can see there I've only just cleared it by half a ring. APOC 4 is going to need considerably more overpower than that, and you set up at the top, at the bottom of +12. Now with the second shot, all being well, you make a red ring fringe check. So the top of the red ring touching the fringe with the ball guide over the pin. Now you can see it's giving me +3. Then we're adding our spin, and it's 2 back spin and 2 left spin. There's no funnel to play into here, unfortunately, with this new pin location. As you can see, I'm aiming there at the pin. And then once we have set up, it's time to make our adjustment based on our red ring fringe check. So for +3, I'm going to adjust 54% slider, 10% elevation, and I'm pulling over the bullseye. So this for me is a total of 4.1 rings. It's 2% per yard. So if your red fringe check was +1, you're a little bit nearer, so you go 50% instead. Like I said though, the drive is key. Make sure you apply enough overpower to clear the rough on your first bounce. Minor great should still be fine, might need a tweak to the spin, but there's an eagle for reference. We're going to go with the grizzly here, if you've got enough top spin, of course. I'm applying here 4 top spin and 1 right spin. Then I'm setting up at the top of +4 with grizzly 9. That will be the top of +7 with the grizzly level 8. And you can see the ball guide there is just touching the right edge of the cup. So make sure you've got those references with your spin added. We're going to adjust max +15 power 3 numbers, 2 pulls over the bullseye, and using grizzly 9 numbers, even if you've got level 8. Now, if you're struggling for top spin, the Goliath might be a good alternative, but you would need to obviously test with a token because of ball guide, different accuracies. Because we adjust into the bunker, I'm going to now add 3 clicks of overpower. So center the ball and then drag the ball down very slowly. There's 1 click, there's 2 and 3. So you can see the ball is just touching the bottom teeth. If you don't do those clicks of overpower, you're going to come in short. You will still clip the rough and roll out, but you won't have the pace. And the reason we do that is because we adjust into the bunker. Now this is a no movement target drive on this par 5. So load the hole with the right club and ball, and then we're going to add our spin, which is 5.8 top spin and 2 bars side spin to the left. Then we adjust max +0. Okay, maximum distance, no elevation, but we're going to use some left curl here. You can see it's outer wall curl to the left. No overpower though, so just drag the ball across horizontally. Hit perfect. We're going to bounce on the fairway nicely and then roll out here. Want to get that little bit of an extra roll towards this right-hand side of the fairway. It's going to be around 315 to 320. Second shot, make a white ring fringe check. So push up, have the top of the white ring touching the fringe in line with the pin, and look at the plus yards. You can see there for me it was +8 with a sniper level 10. That would be +10 with the sniper level 9. Spin, it's 4 back spin and 1 left spin, and you can see there I'm leaving the ball guide deliberately short and also a little bit to the right. You can see there it just curls back on itself in that darker green square. So pause the video and get a good reference here. Now unfortunately I just lipped out on this one, so it may need a fractional tweak, or it may just have been a pull angle inaccuracy from me. But take a token and see how you get on. +8 for the top of the white ring touching the fringe with the ball guide in line with the pin, 73% slider, 10% elevation, and you need to use sniper 10 numbers. But a decent first look at this hole really. I like the spin here. There's not really a great funnel at all. Just very unlucky to take a 360 and out. If you're enjoying the free content and want to keep the channel free for all, you can join us and help support us on patreon.com/BK Golf Clash. You get tournament win charts as soon as the rounds begin, general elevation sheets for tour play and checkpoint challenge, and early access to content, including the return of GC Mom and also the latest episode in my Club Guide series. And we're going to start by saying this is a very tricky and inconsistent par 3, always has been. The setup here is with the blue ring touching the rough on the left at P3 min line. Then we're going to add our spins. A very strange amount, but you want 0.9 backspin and 0.9 right spin. So make sure you come just one click away from the full bar for both of those. We've got to push rings to adjust here, which makes this hole even more tricky, unfortunately, in this wind angle, because otherwise the slope is in the way. We're going mid +10 power 4 settings, and we're using sniper 10 numbers. We got very close on this one, just end up leaving it on the left edge. You could tweak the spin, it might need a wind angle tweak as well, but something for you to work from. But this is a very tricky and inconsistent hole. On the drive here, I'm actually going to go with a Titan, and then we're going to play with the sniper. It's an NMT drive, and we're playing with 2 top spin and 2 left spin. Then we adjust maximum distance 10% elevation. Now the reason I'm using a Titan here, I could go with a Kingmaker, and you could do that as well. For me, on a mini, I try and cut down on the Kingmakers slightly. Sometimes it's nice to save a couple of them. We're going with 3/4 ball curl to the left just before the circle drops with overpower. If you are a great left hitter, then I would reduce the curl slightly, because you may catch the rough on the second bounce. But all being well, we don't want too much distance here. You just want a clear shot towards the green around 335. Here with the sniper, I'm going to give you a tweak to try. I'm adding spin, 3 top spin, 1 right spin, but it may vary depending on the outcome of your drive. But just try and find a consistent point to land here without any glitch on the ball guide. Zoom in, because the green is absolutely massive and you can't see unless you zoom in, but try and get that ball guide pointing to the hole, just stopping a little bit short. In the video I played 5% elevation here. This is over adjusted, so I would recommend you go with 0 elevation. We're going to use landing position plus yards, +4 with sniper 10 will be +6 with sniper 9. In both of those cases played 80% slider, 2 pulls over the bullseye, and use sniper 10 numbers. Like I said, it's a long shot for the albatross in distance and also percentages with this inconsistent green, but it's worth a go, and if you miss, you've got to putt for the eagle and you've only cost yourself a Titan rather than a precious Kingmaker. No chance of blasting to green with this wind angle, so we are going to set up with the quarterback white ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +0. Then we switch to APOC and Thorn bag. 5.8 topspin here. There's kind of 2 ways you can play this. I'm going this way to play for min or close to min distance with the Thorn. If you hit a great left, or you misadjust, or if you want to play the drive more left, you might end up with an end bringer. So it's up to you. I'm going to show you the Thorn version. It's max +0, full overpower with no curl, slow needle, so a good chance of hitting perfect. Watch the first bounce though here. You can see a great right will land in the rough, so please be advised about that one. Great proof it if you'd like. Drive distance you want to go for is around 345 yards. Second shot there, you can see that's max endbringer and min Thorn. So I'm finding min line, then I'm going to push up about 2 or 3 rings because I don't want to adjust into the min line on my approach. Make sure I'm landing on the green. Then you're going to add between 4 and 5 backspin, but always 1 left spin. because you need to obviously get the ball guide where I'm setting up here. So you might need to re-spin a couple of times to get the right amount of backspin. But you can see the third bounce just before the front edge of the cup. Okay, and the fourth bounce, if you can really see it, which is very difficult, would actually be in the cup there by the pin. 3 rings up from min, going to play 3% slider, 0 elevation, pull over the bullseye. It's 1% slider per ring, and we've got tutorial methods, tutorial videos about the rings from min method on the channel homepage. So take a look, but obviously remember you are very close to min line, so if you go wrong on the drive, you may have to improvise with the wedge. As the end of season 62 is nearly upon us, make sure you join Golf Clash Tommy and myself for the end of season stream. There will be a lot to talk about, trust me. That is on Sunday evening, 8 PM UK time. A brilliant chance for you to air your views on the game, join in the discussion and give your feedback on all things Golf Clash related. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Hole in one here, but this will need some tweaking and further dialing in for consistency. Playing with the sniper. We're going with 5 backspin and 3 right spin, and we're going to play a rough bump here. This is a pretty awkward pin location, but it is droppable and it is tweakable. Find a good landing position here. We've got some of the blue ring going into the bunker on the left, inner ring touching the rough line, and the ball guide there is passing the right edge of the cup. If you move the target a fraction to the left and the right, and only a fraction, you will find a very, very, very small sticky spot. Try and be in that. The adjustment here is max plus 5 P4. I've not tested this in higher wind, so please take a token if you don't have a wind 4 ball to hand. If you miss the hole, I've still had a perfectly makeable putt. There you could see a great left would have missed the rough completely, so proceed with caution, please. Here we're going to play with APOC and the Grizzly. Top of plus 10 with APOC 5 and above. Bullseye in the middle of the fairway. Before spin, you'll see the second bounce touching the rough, and then after spin, which is 2 top and 3 right, ball guide as shown. APOC 4, you will be at P3 max rest. We have to push rings, otherwise the trees are in the way, so try and push in a straight line. Max plus 10 P3 for me, that's 6.6 rings, and you need to note down your drive distance ready for the approach. If you're worried about accidental OP or a bad push angle on the ring adjustment, then reduce the top spin down to about 1.7 or 1.8 bars. It's all up to you depending how far you want to push this one. If you think this is a bit too close for comfort, then dial it back. But you want to be around 335. Second shot. This one just needs a tweak of the right spin. We're adding 0.8 backspin first and then finding our position with the second bounce on the fringe and the ball guide going to the hole. There are glitchy moments here, but just try and get around those. Then I'm doing a respin, keeping the backspin the same, but here I go with 0.4 right spin. It's a few clicks too many. Now I like the adjustment because I'm landing exactly where I'm aiming after my adjustment, obviously. So it is the right spin that needs to change, obviously, just to take into consideration that second bounce wind effect, which is why I'm doing the offset, because it's not possible to aim at the pin every single time. 338, playing it 42% slider, 15 elevation. Like I said though, just reduce the right spin by a couple of clicks. Keep the back spin the same because that's fine. Just retweak the right spin and you should have a pretty good chance here at dropping the eagle from distance. Again, we're going to go with the Titan here. No need to worry about a Kingmaker in my opinion. Take the eagle and run, or if you want to be more aggressive, you could actually tweak what I've shown you here. White ring touching the rough at P3 max rest. Turn the camera around 90 degrees to the side on view so you can get the alignment absolutely right. Then we're going with 2.8 top spin and 2 left spin. You'll see after spin, the ball guide is pointing smack bang in the middle of that bunker up ahead. Once again, we've got to push rings here because those trees are in the way. 1 to 1, so 9.8 in wind. We're going to go 9.8 rings. And for me, when I push rings, I go 4 at a time. So there's 4. There's another 4, which makes 8. Don't worry about the red ball guide. We're going to get round that with curl. And there's your final 1.8 to get you to 9.8 rings. Max curl to the left, just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. And please pack the big dog or the Cataclysm. You could actually even pack the Guardian level 9 if you have it, it's more accurate. but just see what you've got in the bag. But we want APOC and then Big Dog, Cat or Guardian level 9. Drive distance here after the 1-to-1 is going to be 320 yards. Second shot, safe to green on this one. If you want to tweak it, then of course you can do so. Adding spin first. Here I go with 3.8 backspin and 1 left spin, and look at the second bounce, just past the fringe, and I'm moving it there to be in the just the right hand side of that lighter green square column. The adjustment here, max minus 20, you need to under adjust this one, so that's why we're using a negative elevation, because this one plays dramatically uphill. So max minus 20. And like I say, it all depends how aggressive you want to be here. Even with a Titan, you could actually put a tweak into the spin. I'm pulling this one over the bullseye finally, just worth mentioning that one. Do try and hit perfect though. A great left could be trouble here, especially with lower accuracy, long distance clubs. You'll see a perfect ball away here. Perfect. We hit, bounces on the fairway. Second bounce lands way higher on the green though, so you could go with a fair bit more backspin if you want to tweak it. If not, putt for your eagle and run. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.